The next 2 weeks on The Bold and the Beautiful promise a storm of secrets, betrayals, and explosive confrontations, with emotions running hotter than ever across Los Angeles. At the center of the chaos stands Brooke Logan, a woman who is about to find herself pushed far beyond her limits. Long before she learns the devastating truth about her own daughter's shocking betrayal, Brooke is already spiraling into a state of desperation and frustration that threatens to consume her. Meanwhile, Bill Spencer is quietly plotting another calculated move, one that could strike directly at Forrester Creations and shake the fashion world once again. As Sheila Carter reappears with mysterious intentions, Katie Logan moves forward with plans of her own, and Eric Forrester prepares to unveil a dazzling couture collection. Every corner of this story begins crackling with anticipation. The stage is set for a dramatic collision of family loyalty, business rivalry, hidden agendas, and emotional heartbreak. As the week begins on June 15th, tension immediately settles over Will Spencer, who finds himself trapped between honesty and obligation. Fresh from reconnecting with Electra Forrester, Will desperately wants their renewed relationship to be built on trust, but an impossible secret now stands between them. Electra continues pressing him for answers, determined to discover the identity of Katie Logan's mysterious new designer. Every question she asks only deepens Will's discomfort because he knows exactly how important it is to keep the truth hidden. Katie has made it abundantly clear that Hope Logan's involvement must remain a secret until the perfect moment, and Will understands the stakes. Yet every time he looks at Electra, guilt creeps into his conscience. He wants to tell her everything, to remove the burden weighing on his shoulders. But Electra is a Forrester, and that fact alone makes trusting her with such explosive information incredibly dangerous. The possibility lingers that Will may ultimately reveal the secret and beg Electra to keep quiet, but if he does, the consequences could be enormous. Elsewhere, romance continues to blossom as R.J. Forrester and Dylan grow closer than ever before. Their first date remains underway, but what began as a casual connection is quickly evolving into something far more meaningful. The atmosphere shifts when RJ brings Dylan to his beach house, where the ocean stretches endlessly beyond the windows and the evening takes on a more intimate tone. The chemistry between them becomes impossible to ignore as emotions intensify and barriers begin to fall away. With every passing moment, the connection grows stronger, pulling them toward a crossroads that could change their relationship forever. Whether they fully surrender to their feelings or decide to slow things down before crossing that final line remains to be seen, but there is no denying that sparks are flying between them. By June 16th, excitement and pressure reach a fever pitch inside Forrester Creations. Eric Forrester's highly anticipated couture collection is racing toward its official debut, and the entire company is buzzing with anticipation. Employees, designers, and executives alike are eager to see Eric reclaim the spotlight with a launch powerful enough to overshadow anything happening at Logan. The approaching event creates urgency on both sides of the fashion battlefield. Katie, Bill, and Deacon Sharp recognize that if Logan wants any chance of competing, they must move quickly. The race becomes a high-stakes sprint as everyone scrambles to prepare Hope Logan's collection for release before Eric's launch dominates the conversation. The atmosphere backstage becomes electric as models parade through final fittings and rehearsals, showcasing Eric's latest creations while anticipation builds for the grand reveal. Every stitch, every design choice, and every detail carries enormous significance because this is no longer just about fashion. It is about pride, legacy, and power. At the same time, Zendi Forrester finds himself wrestling with growing uncertainty about his future. The disappointment of seeing his hope for the future designs shelved continues to haunt him, leaving him wondering whether his hard work will ever see the light of day. Concerned and frustrated, he turns to Carter Walton for guidance. Carter becomes a sounding board as Zende struggles to navigate professional disappointment and questions about where his career is headed next. While Zende searches for direction, Brooke receives what appears to be encouraging news from Steffi Forrester. A promise is made, one that seems connected to the long-awaited return of Hope for the future. For months, Hope has been searching for clarity and commitment regarding the line's future, and now Steffi appears willing to provide a more concrete timeline. Brooke eagerly embraces this development, believing it could finally signal a fresh start for her daughter and a brighter future for everyone involved. But the calm never lasts long in Los Angeles, and by June 17th, everything begins to shift. In Taylor Hayes's office, an intimate moment unfolds between Taylor and Deacon Sharp. The two are lost in each other, enjoying a rare moment of happiness and affection when their peaceful bubble suddenly bursts. Without warning, someone enters the room without knocking. The interruption is so abrupt and unexpected that it sends shockwaves through the atmosphere. Standing there is Sheila Carter. The sight of her is enough to make Taylor scream in pure shock, while Deacon is left stunned by the dramatic intrusion. The emotional temperature in the room instantly changes as old fears, painful memories, and unresolved tensions rush back to the surface. Sheila's return is not merely an awkward interruption, it is the beginning of something much larger and far more dangerous. Meanwhile, Steffi makes a last-minute offer that could change everything. Hope may be presented with an opportunity to return from her leave of absence and immediately move Hope for the future into production. To Brooke, this sounds like a dream come true. She cannot imagine any reason her daughter would refuse such an incredible chance. In Brooke's mind, the answer should be obvious. But what if Hope does refuse? What if she hesitates or avoids committing? Suddenly, questions begin forming where certainty once existed. Brooke's confidence starts giving way to suspicion, and Steffi finds herself wondering the same thing. A troubling possibility emerges that Hope may be hiding something significant. The fact that Hope appears determined to keep certain truths buried only fuels their growing concern. That suspicion becomes the spark that ignites one of Brooke's most explosive moments. Driven by frustration and desperate for answers, Brooke storms directly into Katie's office, demanding the truth. Her emotions are already running dangerously high, and once she begins questioning her sister, there is no stopping her. The confrontation escalates rapidly as Brooke demands to know the identity of Katie's secret designer. Katie refuses to reveal anything, standing firm despite Brooke's relentless pressure. Every refusal only intensifies Brooke's fury. Her voice rises, her patience disappears, and soon she is threatening to search every hallway, office, and corner of the Spencer and Logan buildings until she uncovers the truth herself. Katie tries to point out how unreasonable she is being, but Brooke refuses to back down. Her frustration reaches such a dramatic level that she practically dares Katie to stop her. What Brooke does not realize is that Hope is hidden nearby, listening to every word. Concealed behind a screen, Hope hears her mother's growing panic and becomes increasingly alarmed. As Brooke continues ranting, Katie recognizes the danger immediately. She knows Hope is likely terrified that the truth is about to be exposed. Thinking quickly, Katie does everything she can to keep Brooke distracted. While Brooke remains focused on her confrontation, Hope quietly slips away, carefully sneaking out of the office unnoticed. The tension of the moment is almost unbearable as Katie continues engaging Brooke just long enough to allow Hope to escape. Then, with perfect timing, Katie offers a tantalizing answer. She tells Brooke that if she wants to know who the designer is, she can wait until the upcoming Logan launch, when everyone else will learn the truth as well. Rather than providing clarity, the statement only deepens the mystery and leaves Brooke even more determined to uncover what is being hidden from her. The emotional fallout from that confrontation hangs heavily in the air as the week barrels toward even bigger revelations. Brooke remains convinced that something is terribly wrong, and every instinct tells her that people she trusts are keeping secrets. What she does not yet understand is that the truth waiting around the corner is far more devastating than she could possibly imagine, and when that truth finally comes to light, it will not simply change business relationships, it will threaten to shatter family bonds that have survived decades of turmoil. As the week moves deeper into uncertainty, attention shifts back to Sheila Carter, whose unexpected return continues sending ripples of anxiety through everyone connected to her troubled past. By June 18th, the mystery surrounding her reappearance finally begins to unravel, and the real motives behind her return start coming into focus. For days, questions have lingered about where she has been, what she wants, and who has been helping her. Now, answers emerge, including long-awaited information about her mysterious roommate. Yet with Sheila, the truth is never as simple as it first appears. On the surface, she may claim one set of intentions, but those who know her history understand that hidden agendas often lurk beneath every smile and every carefully chosen word. Many suspect her true objective is painfully obvious: reclaiming Deacon Sharp and destroy the relationship he has built with Taylor Hayes. Whether Sheila openly admits that desire or continues concealing it behind elaborate explanations remains to be seen, but her presence alone is enough to cast a dark shadow over Deacon and Taylor's future. At the same time, another surprise unfolds inside Forrester Creations when Dylan discovers that a new professional opportunity may be waiting. After previously working under Daphne Rose, Dylan suddenly finds herself facing an unexpected change in direction. The news catches her off guard, opening doors she never anticipated. Perhaps Electra needs assistance, creating a chance for Dylan to expand her role within the company. Or perhaps the opportunity is tied directly to R.J. Forrester, whose growing feelings could influence professional decisions as much as personal ones. It is entirely possible that R.J. will find a way to bring Dylan into closer collaboration with him on the men's line, ensuring they spend even more time together. For a young couple whose connection is growing stronger by the day, such a move could accelerate both their romance and their future ambitions. Then comes June 19th, and the Spencer family finds itself gathered for a meeting carrying enormous consequences. Wyatt Spencer and Shauna arrive prepared with a bold proposal, one they hope will reshape the future and open exciting new possibilities. Sitting across from them are Liam Spencer and Bill Spencer, both carefully evaluating every detail presented before them. The atmosphere is serious and charged with anticipation as Wyatt and Shauna lay out their vision. When the presentation concludes, confidence fills the room. Shauna believes they have made a compelling case and asks the question everyone is waiting to hear: do they have a deal? But Bill, never a man who makes important decisions lightly, refuses to give an immediate answer. Instead, he reveals that he wants something in return. The condition is unmistakably tied to the object he has been obsessed with obtaining. The genuine Hope diamond connected to hope for the future. The replica is no longer enough. Bill wants the real thing, and he wants it badly. Meanwhile, Brooke continues holding on to hope, convinced that brighter days are ahead for her daughter. Encouraged by recent developments and believing Hope's future is finally falling into place, she sees reasons to celebrate. In her heart, she imagines a future where Hope returns triumphantly. Hope for the future is restored, and the family moves beyond months of uncertainty. Yet beneath that optimism lies a growing sense of unease. If Hope refuses the opportunities being offered to her, the implications will be impossible to ignore. Such a decision would immediately raise questions and confirm fears that something much larger is unfolding behind the scenes. Every moment that Hope avoids committing to her return pushes Brooke closer to the realization that she may not know her daughter's plans at all. The emotional centerpiece of the story arrives when Brooke's confrontation with Katie escalates into something unforgettable. Fueled by suspicion and frustration, Brooke bursts into Katie's office in a state that can only be described as explosive. Her emotions pour out unchecked as she demands answers from her sister. Hidden nearby, Hope listens in stunned silence, trapped between fear and guilt as her mother's anger intensifies. Katie remains composed despite the mounting pressure, refusing to reveal the truth no matter how forcefully Brooke demands it. Brooke's determination becomes almost obsessive as she threatens to search every corridor and office herself if Katie refuses to cooperate. The confrontation transforms into a battle of wills, with Katie standing firm while Brooke pushes harder and harder for answers. The tension becomes nearly unbearable as Hope remains concealed, hearing every accusation and every desperate demand. Katie understands exactly how dangerous the situation has become. She knows Hope cannot remain hidden forever and realizes she must act quickly. With remarkable composure, she keeps Brooke focused on the argument while subtly creating an opportunity for Hope to escape. As Brooke's attention remains fixed elsewhere, Hope carefully slips away, moving quietly out of sight before she can be discovered. It is a nerve-wracking moment, one filled with the kind of suspense that leaves everyone holding their breath. Then Katie delivers her final response, teasing Brooke with the promise that the designer's identity will soon be revealed at the upcoming Logan launch. Instead of satisfying Brooke's curiosity, the answer leaves her more frustrated than ever. As the calendar turns toward the week of June 22nd through June 26th, the atmosphere across Los Angeles becomes charged with expectation. July sweeps officially begin on June 25th, and all signs point toward Hope's major launch at Logan becoming the event that ignites a full-scale war. The reveal is expected to unleash shockwaves through both families and businesses alike. Brooke, Steffi, Ridge Forrester, Zende, and nearly everyone connected to Forrester Creations are poised to react when the truth finally emerges. The fashion rivalry that has simmered beneath the surface threatens to erupt into open conflict, and emotions are likely to spill over in dramatic fashion. Even Donna seems destined to avoid the chaos if possible, fully aware that the fallout could be devastating for everyone involved. At the center of these developments is Bill Spencer's looming decision regarding Wyatt and Shauna's proposal. If he agrees to their vision, Logan will gain something extraordinarily valuable, a jewelry line capable of competing with Forrester Creations in an entirely new market. Such a move would expand Logan's influence and strengthen its position in the ongoing battle for dominance. Equally important is the question of whether Wyatt will deliver the authentic Hope for the future Diamond. Bill's desire to possess the genuine gem before Hope's launch has become increasingly clear, and the success of future plans may depend on whether Wyatt can make that happen. Elsewhere, Sheila's plans continue unfolding in ways that promise significant consequences for both Deacon and Taylor. Her return has already disrupted their sense of stability, but the worst may still be ahead. Every step Sheila takes carries the potential to reopen old wounds, create new conflicts, and threaten the happiness Deacon and Taylor have fought so hard to build. The uncertainty surrounding her actions creates a constant sense of tension, as nobody can predict exactly how far she is willing to go to get what she wants. Yet perhaps the most heartbreaking storyline of all belongs to Brooke and Katie. What currently exists as tension and suspicion is about to transform into a devastating fracture between two sisters who have survived countless storms together. The moment Brooke discovers that Hope has defected and aligned herself with Katie's vision, everything changes. The revelation will strike Brooke with the force of a betrayal she never saw coming. In her eyes, Katie will become the architect of the entire scheme. Hurt, angry, and feeling completely blindsided, Brooke will accuse her sister of stealing her daughter away from her. The emotional wounds run deep because this is no ordinary disagreement. It is a conflict rooted in trust, family loyalty, and years of complicated history. When Katie reminds Brooke of the agreement they made, that Hope was never truly a Forrester and therefore had every right to make her own choices, the situation is expected to explode beyond repair. That argument may become the exact trigger that sends Brooke over the edge. All the frustration, fear, disappointment, and heartbreak she has been carrying threatens to erupt at once. Accusations of manipulation, deception, trickery, and calculated betrayal are likely to fly as Brooke unleashes her fury. From her perspective, Katie orchestrated the entire situation behind her back. And while Katie may insist she simply honored their agreement, Brooke is unlikely to see it that way. The emotional devastation could leave both women wounded in ways that take years to heal. As all of this unfolds, life continues moving forward for the younger generation. Dylan and RJ's relationship appears poised to deepen, with their romance growing increasingly serious as they spend more time together. Their future remains filled with possibility, but not everyone approves of the match. Will Spencer may decide to intervene, warning Dylan that RJ could ultimately break her heart. Whether that warning comes from genuine concern or lingering doubts remains uncertain, but it introduces another layer of tension into an already complicated romance. Meanwhile, Remy Price refuses to give up on rebuilding his connection with Deacon. Determined to earn another chance, he continues working tirelessly to convince Deacon to welcome him back into his life. His persistence suggests that this story is far from over and that future developments could further complicate Deacon's already crowded world. As these explosive 2 weeks race toward their climax, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Secrets are running out of places to hide. Brooke stands on the verge of discovering a betrayal that could shatter her trust. Katie prepares to face the consequences of choices she believes were justified. Hope's future hangs in the balance as her bold move threatens to divide the people she loves most. Sheila's return continues spreading fear and uncertainty wherever she goes, and Bill Spencer quietly positions himself to gain an advantage in a battle that grows more dangerous by the day. By the time the dust begins to settle, relationships will be tested, alliances will shift, and the emotional fallout may leave scars that no one can easily forget. The countdown to revelation has begun, and once the truth finally emerges, nothing in the world of the bold and the beautiful will remain the same.